kit. This, if you ordered it, you probably already have it. In fact, there's somebody else who ordered it who hasn't shown up yet, but just in case, we'll catch her up after. So within that kit, we've got a cleanser. The cleanser, if you haven't noticed, has a little travel cover on it, and you pull it forward. And some of my most favorite cleansers are the ones that are for normal to dry type skin or a sensitive skin. I love oil cleansers. If something's too sudsy, it might not be appropriate for baby boomer skin. But maybe, maybe not. Also in your kit is what we call a twinkle razor. I'll show you how to use that. That is something that I use quite a bit in a dermaplane facial, which is one of my most popular facial services. And I'll describe that when we do that step. Also is a toner. A toner is to correct the pH of your skin, also to help other products to absorb that much better. In the kit, there is a light chemical peel that's good for sensitive skin and a brush to apply it. You have a hydrating sheet mask, and this has aloe and hyaluronic in it. This takes a couple minutes to cut open and apply. Also is a little sample of one of my favorite products, which is the Caviar Serum. I adore this. This is great for just about every single skin type there is. And also some SPF. Now, if you have your own products that you're going to be using, you can tell me a little bit about it as we go through. If you have questions, whether it's appropriate to your skin or not, we can probably adjust it. And I'm not a huge snob on products. I think that you can find good quality products at any price point. So I'm not going to try to sell you $1 gazillion in products and tell you that you have to use the most expensive for good skin. Sometimes it works. Also, you'll need a bowl of water just so you can dip your face cloth in there. I happen to have 2 towels, excuse me, one to dry my face and one in case I spill it all over my desk here. You don't want to get water into your computer and your laptop and whatever technology or supplies you have on your desk. All right, we ready to go? All right, so let's get our hair back. It's time to work, ladies. Now, I actually have no makeup on because, I don't know, for the past couple of months, it doesn't seem necessary to put anything on my skin, especially when you're going to be covering it with a mask anyways. But I have found a lipstick that will stay on even under your mask. So, one of the techniques that I really love using in facials and teaching people to use at home is called the facial fitness massage. As we age, the skin and the underlying muscles change quite a bit. We also start losing fat volume in our little chubby cheeks, and the chubby cheeks fall down here instead. So there's things that I target when I'm doing a facial. And some of the muscles that cause the signs of aging are actually shortening. So as they shorten, they become less elastic, and it also causes the skin to look a little bit lumpy, irregular, wrinkles show up. Not great. But this is like going to the gym. The more often you do it, the better results you're going to have. The ones that I always target, and when I'm doing a facial, you would of course be laying in front of me like this. I like to target the jaw. There's several muscles in this area that as we age, shorten and start making us look older than we want to. There's a very strong muscle right here that as it shortens, causes a little knobby chin. It also causes a deep crease there. So we like to massage this muscle quite a bit to really help to lengthen it out, make a long, lean muscle. Think of it like a Pilates rather than bulging bicep with weightlifting. We want this smooth and long. Also, in the outer corners, there's 2 muscles that as we age, shorten, bring down the corners of the mouth, and give you frowny face. I happen to know somebody who sadly looks miserable all the time because her mouth goes like this, when in fact, she's probably a pretty happy person. So when I'm doing facials, we want to smooth these up and out, make these nice and long, get some energy into there. When I'm doing this on myself, oftentimes I'll use my knuckles to kind of massage in there. And also there's a very strong muscle back here that if you're in the habit of grinding your teeth, it will be very sore and may be quite built up as well. And this is a muscle that you really want to massage out. So I'm going to use a little bit of my cleanser on my skin to give a little bit of a slip as I do more of this massage.
Cheryl, which one is the cleanser, the clear one or the yellowish one?
Yellowish.
The yellow is the cleanser.
The clear one should be a spray.
Okay.
And the yellow one, there's a little travel cap that you pull front.
Oh, I see. Okay. So should we be doing this at the same time as you, like just, or?
Well, let me show you a couple of these moves because the cleanser that you have might dry up too quickly to do all of them while I'm talking.
Yeah.
So just chill a minute.
Yeah.
So these are an area we want to massage up and out, and also under your cheekbones. You can actually use your knuckles and massage right from your nose on up underneath your cheekbones towards your ears. And that helps with the nasolabial folds. It helps with this masseter muscle and helps to bring everything up and out. Now the muscles around the eyes are actually circular. And as these age, they become a smaller circle, causing the crow's feet and bringing down the eyebrows. Now this is also an area that you can put some energy into. Little circles where the crow's feet are, underneath the eye, you can massage right onto the bone. And we're not stretching the skin, we're massaging and addressing that muscle, putting some energy in there. And then above the eye, I like to take my thumb and put it right underneath the eye socket bone there. It feels very weird. But if you massage deeply into that and then slowly bring it up into the eyebrow, you're going to be working out this whole circular muscle here. It's going to feel great too. And then these muscles go from the forehead all the way over the scalp. So as these shorten, this is what causes the horizontal lines on the forehead. So this is an area that you can actually put some energy in. Right from the center of the brows, up both eyebrows, up to the hairline. And a good scalp massage actually helps to address that as well. So these are the facial fitness massage moves that you can do anytime that you're putting a product on. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, this muscle, even women who don't smoke or drink through a straw will get the vertical lines on their lips because this muscle shortens and it causes a drawstring effect, making the lines more noticeable. So this can also be massaged out, up and out, up and out, up and out. And again, we're not stretching the skin, we're actually getting into the muscle there. Okay, now if you haven't already, take your cleanser, pat a little bit all over the place, and then we can do the facial fitness massage together. And this feels really, really good. In fact, many times if I'm massaging somebody's jaw, I can tell if they grind their teeth because it feels like a bulging bicep back here. And then I've got some clients that do know that they grind their teeth, and they tell me this feels really, really good. I don't know about you, but more and more, I look in the mirror and I think I'm looking at my mother. It's like, how did that happen? I'm an esthetician. That shouldn't be happening to me. Now, besides the facial fitness that you can do at home, there's a lot of professional treatments that are very, very helpful to help to tighten the skin as well. I do a version of radio frequency in my Oxy Revival facial. And radio frequency helps to mildly heat up the skin and the muscles so that when it heals, and it's not a traumatic service in the least, it helps to tighten it. If you went to Cheryl Heinzman, my friend at Cape Cod Laser Aesthetics, she also has some laser treatments that would give you some great results, but a lot more expensive and a lot more downtime as well. All right, so how are we all doing here?
Good.
Good. I'm gonna use my face cloth, wet it, and take my cleanser off. Now the next step I'm going to use is with the Twinkle razor. The Twinkle razor actually is used to cut down the length of any sort of facial hair. That is sort of a version of the dermaplane facial. A dermaplane facial, when done by a professional esthetician, I actually use a scalpel blade to scrape away the dead skin cells on the surface of the skin. And it also helps to take off the hair. Oftentimes, us baby boomers, as the estrogen goes down and testosterone goes up, we start getting a little bit more fluff on our face. Sometimes you'll see it in the sideburns, or you might get hormonal hair on the lip and chin, sometimes even the neck. So this sort of device is good in a pinch. So this one here is not a scalpel blade, and it's not a full-on razor either. It has little guards in it, so it's not going to get too close to your skin. So that's why it's not as wonderful as a professional treatment. There you are. So if you're old like me, you might need a magnifying mirror.
Can you put can you put that up close to the camera so we could see the blades? And the other camera it's not in line. It's not in line with the camera. It must be in
No.
there we go.
There we go.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. And where do you buy something like that?
Sometimes it's Stop and Shop or even Sally's.
Okay.
And it's
Thank
good
you.
to get rid of like the peach fuzz.
Yes.
So you can kind of gently use it all over. When I'm doing a professional dermaplane, if my client happens to have dark or coarse hormonal hair on the lip or chin, I will wax that first or tweeze it. It grows back more gracefully that way, where this just takes the length down. It might look a little bit stubbly if it's a thick hair. So just keep that in mind. So this is something that you can use in a pinch all over. And just promise me you're not going to take an eyebrow off with it. I sent one of these kits home to a friend, and she says, Cheryl, you're not going to believe what I did. It's like, no, not that. All right, so we're just going to do a quickie job here so that I can get on to the rest of the fun stuff. All right. Now, this would be a form of exfoliation. If you don't have that, you might use a grainy scrub. This is sort of a sandy consistency, very small grains to it. I am not a fan of the St. Ives or the Apres. Those almond grits are actually little jagged edges that can cause redness, irritation, and dilated capillaries in the skin. So you want to look for a scrub that actually has little rounded pumice or something very gentle. Salt scrub is not good because that's going to be too drying for a facial skin. But there's some gentle sugar scrubs. I've seen rice bran scrubs. Those are all pretty good too. Now, if you have this lovely little kit with the goat milk peel, we're going to apply the goat milk peel. That's the one in the little tub. It's kind of soupy, so make sure you don't spill it anyplace. See if I can open it without glasses. I also recommend when you're using this goat milk peel, start painting it on at your cheeks and chin, not at your forehead, because you don't want this dripping into your eyes. It's very uncomfortable. All right, so in your kit, you would have the little brush and just take a little bit of the peel, paint it on. And this is going to feel spicy. Spicy is going to be my euphemism for hot, itchy, not great. It's going to make your face red. But this is the part that also helps to loosen up dead skin cells so that we can get beautiful, smooth, glowing skin, that the products go in better. And also, you'll end up using less of your products. And this only stays on a minute or two. And you might not end up using the whole thing.
Cheryl, particular reason why you like the goat milk?
I find this to be very gentle. It's one that I use in facials quite a bit. My clients are really enjoying it. It doesn't leave them all peely like some more extreme peels will. Nobody really wants to have a peel that you're going to end up looking like a snake.
Right.
That's not good. Spicy people. And we're going to use our face cloth once again to take that off. But before I remove that, I'm going to prepare my sheet mask. And this is also a very juicy package, so you want to make sure that you're holding it appropriately so nothing leaks out. Julie, is that you making all that noise?
No, it's me. I have a restorative sheet mask.
Oh, perfect.
Because I did have a treatment before I met you at a dermatologist, and it's a skin utensils.
Yeah.
Restorative mask replenishing treatment for compromised skin. One sterilized sheet, which I didn't need it because they gave me two. Okay. How long are you going to keep yours on for?
Well, I thought we would just hang out with the mask on. Wearing the mask upright is kind of challenging and maybe a little bit drippy, so we'll see how we make out with that one. Now, okay. I'm going to remove this spicy mask, and then I'm going to apply the goat milk serum that comes in the kit. That serum has all sorts of wonderful peptides to replenish the skin. And when we apply it, we're going to do a facial fitness massage. Never get enough of that.
I have a crazy question.
Yeah.
I bought a big, 5-pound thing of baking soda, just because, for all the baking. And on the baking soda box, it says you could use it as an exfoliant. If you mix the baking soda with a facial cleanser or an oil, you rub on the skin and you rub it on like a exfoliant and rinse it off. What's your take on that? It was on the box of the baking soda.
Baking soda is actually very drying. I wouldn't use much of it if you put it in a product, just because you don't want to counteract the good that you're trying to do with an exfoliant. I personally have never used it, but just the salt content of it would make me not want to try it.
Okay.
All right, so this is the goat milk serum. And they have a really good amount in this. In fact, when I do this during a facial, oftentimes I'll send the customer home with most of this bottle. All right, and so I've got a good amount here.
What does the goat milk serum do again?
It's a hydrating serum.
Okay.
And we're going to use this before we put the sheet mask on.
Okay.
All right, and we're going to do our facial fitness again. Massage it all in. My Nana, she died, I think, when she was about 102. She had the knobbiest little chin. So when I do this, that's what I'm thinking of, my Nana, in the nicest way. And then this up and out, because we don't want frowny faces. And also the vertical lines here. And then right up under the cheekbones. Sadly, as we age, we lose volume or the fat pads in our skin. So you know how babies have the yummiest little plump apple cheeks and they're just so yummy? Well, all of that starts melting away. And as that melts away in our cheeks, this skin gets looser at the same time that it's getting thinned out, and it all starts hanging. So whatever we can do to counteract gravity. In fact, what I've noticed over the years, that my clients that do a lot of yoga, their skin is really good. And I think it's because of the inversions they do with the downward dog and the feet up the wall, and anything that has your heart over your head, that helps to get some blood circulation into your face. And that is very, very helpful in that it oxygenates, feeds the tissue. So if you find an excuse to do that once in a while, that's good too. I do confess I get Botox once or twice a year. So fortunately, I've been able to avoid any deep lines here, but some of that is that I'm kind of an indoor cat, not outside much. Sadly, sun does break down the tissue faster than just aging. So that's external aging, where we are already dealing with internal aging. So if you have any questions about Botox, fillers, lasers, I know a girl. Okay, now your sheet mask awaits.
Oh, my mask looks just like that.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Now, this one here does get kind of drippy, so I'll probably have to hold a towel at my chin.
Mine's not too drippy. Mine's not drippy.
Oh,
Mine's
good.
nice. Sticks right to my face.
And it's cold.
Yes, it's nice and cool.
All right, so you can smooth this all out. This one here, I probably wouldn't do the facial fitness because that will really cause it to drip all over your desktop. But, you know, if you were laying down, you could put on your cucumbers and relax, listen to some soft music, pet the dog. So how is everybody doing? Any particular questions or concerns? Yikes. I am really hoping I get to go to work next week. This pandemic is going on way too long for my liking.
Well, my concern about, oh, I lost your picture. Oh, there. Facials is, as a client, when you're paying, how the heck do you get a facial when you really, we have to be wearing masks? And I know, I guess you take the mask off of us when we lay down, but I guess my concern is how that, for me, how to get back into that with.
That's my concern too.
You know, so I probably won't, you know, make an appointment for, maybe for product, but not for facial until other people try it first.
Yep, I understand. I understand. The governor is rolling out what he calls the phases. So spas, including facials and massage, are supposed to happen in the second step of phase 2. We don't know when that's going to be. He's going to tell us this week, I hope. And at that time, I've heard rumors that the customer will not have to wear a mask, but the technician will. So I will be wearing a mask, and I should be able to get most of your facial done in the manner that you're accustomed to. There are states across the country where the estheticians are only able to work on eyebrows and maybe eyelash tinting and I don't know. It would be very challenging to try to work like that. But I definitely hear what you're saying. I have recently invented a device that I've been retailing to some of my spa colleagues that is a plastic shield that attaches to my magnifying lamp that goes over your face. So this is almost like a sneeze guard for a facial. So it goes horizontal rather than vertical. And it works pretty well. Well, I'm excited for it. I've been selling quite a few of them to other estheticians across the country. But I think it's going to give a level of confidence. But then again, I also want everybody to be safe and healthy. I don't want to go in there all crazy and, you know, make it the Wild West and have people get sick again. Of course, Dr. Fauci has said we will probably get another rebound in the fall of the virus coming back. So who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Haven't been through this before. It's crazy. It is just, oh, Julie, you look lovely. All right, so everybody else good? Press it in a little bit. Sometimes I'll use these on my client during the facial treatment, and by the time I peel it off, it's almost dry. Their skin is so dry and dehydrated, and they just aren't using good products or their lifestyle or I don't know what. But it's pretty weird. It's like, huh, you soaked all the goodness out of that. All right, so we're going to remove this, but make sure you get every last drop in there. Also during a facial, as I peel this off, I will apply it to the neck, because who couldn't use it there? And also, if you have any extra special sauce, don't waste it on just wiping it off. Pat it into the hands, the arms, the décolletage, the throat. And then the excess serum that's still on the skin, do your facial fitness again. This shouldn't be done till it hurts, but you'll probably be able to feel it. It's a nice little workout. Make sure you pay some good attention to just below the chin. This muscle here, again, shortens like a lot of the other muscles that shorten as we age, and it makes the neck pull away from your jawline. So we want to add some energy down here too. Oh, my skin feels so yummy already. And get right into the eye sockets here. Put your thumb right in there. Get those eyebrows going up. Get everything going up and out. Oftentimes, one eyebrow will be a little bit lower than the other. You might even find that that eye looks a little bit squintier. And that will most likely be the eye on the side that you sleep on. If you could possibly train yourself to sleep on your back, maybe a pillow on each side of you so you don't roll over, your skin will certainly thank you. As we're pressing into the pillow's drawing moisture out of our skin. Those hours pressed in there is thinning out that skin again. It's going to be sagging more. So if you could possibly try sleeping on your back. Rumor has it that Marilyn Monroe would only sleep on her back, but she would wear a bra at the same time, so nothing else fell. Keep that in mind. Poor Marilyn. All right, now there is a lovely little tiny jar in your kit that hopefully didn't leak all over the place. I fear that it might have. And this little sample is one of my favorite products. I call it the caviar serum. It's something that comes from Korea, the Sculptra serum. It's magic. It really is. Just about any skin type could benefit from it. Anybody with any particular skin concern can benefit from it. The caviar, it actually does have caviar in it. And that has the omega-3 and 6s in it, which is like the fish oils. Those supplements are fabulous for hair, skin, nails, teeth, heart function, brain function, your eyes. We all need that sort of essential fatty acid inside and out. Superficially, as we use it on the skin, it helps to nourish the skin. Dry is not great. Sudsy and squeaky clean, the American way, is not great for your skin. I remember back when the no-fat diet was in vogue. Oh my goodness, my clients would come in and their skin would be like sandpaper. It would have no stretch to it. It would have no moisture to it. It was rough and dry and big zits. If you don't have enough moisture or hydration in your skin becomes more clogged than an oily skin will, which is not what we were brought up learning in 17 magazine, but that is how skin works. So this has the caviar, the omegas in it. It also has oxygen. That oxygen, that helps to lighten, brighten pigmentation on the skin. So when you take a little bit out of your jar and smooth it onto your face, it is going to bubble up on your skin. Unless we have too much hydration from the mask. Maybe, maybe not. So when this does bubble up, and I'm not guaranteeing that it will today because our skin's so well hydrated already, that helps to oxygenate the skin. If you have acne or breakouts, it actually gets into the pores and kills the bacteria that causes breakouts, pimples, and blackheads. And it does help to lighten and brighten pigmentation and sun damage and brown spots. Love this, absolutely love it. One of my top sellers at the spa. It is a bit expensive, so as an investment, it's $200, but it's also 4 ounces. This is a very specialized serum that the competition might have a serum that costs maybe $150, $175, $200, but it's usually about a 1.5 to 1.7 ounces, so it's a little teeny tiny one, where this lasts a long time. I like to use this a thick layer as my moisturizer. It's wonderful under makeup. It doesn't have any oil to it, so I find that my foundation makeup lasts all day because it's not being disturbed by any oil residue underneath from my products. For many of my clients, it's enough. If your skin still feels a little squeaky, tight, like it needs some moisture, something that does have some oil to it, you can certainly put a layer of moisturizer cream over it. And I didn't bring mine out. Oh well. If you were going to be going outside, I would definitely recommend using an SPF. This one happens to be the tinted Tizzo SPF. It's tinted not so it looks like a makeup, although some people think it's fine for their foundation. It's really tinted so that the titanium dioxide doesn't look too chalky on your skin. All right. Now, my skin is feeling a little bit sticky. It's not used to being fed this well. So it might take a while for all this moisture to sink in. And just as I would tell my clients, if you can possibly stand it, just let it go. Just let it all soak in. Don't wash your face again tonight. If you don't have to, don't put makeup on. Just let it all sink in. If you have to put makeup on, it still feels too sticky, you could certainly blot a little bit with your washcloth and water it down a little bit just to dilute it. But in Korea, they will use this caviar serum as a thick layer at night on what they call a night mask. And then in the morning, they would put their moisturizer on. So there's a lot of different ways that you can customize it according to your skin's comfort. If you have any other products that you would like to put on that are more specific and targeted, I would recommend putting those on after this so that it's not moved all over the face if you're putting hydroquinone or cajoic acid on brown spots. All right, my friends. How do you feel? Younger, smoother, hydrated? Do you feel like you need your hair color done? I know I do.
Yeah, I have a hair appointment for June 16th. I'm counting the days. And I was loyal to my stylist and I did not use box color. I didn't do anything. And it's, it's hard, but I can make it until then. And now my face feels like just like after you do it, Cheryl. So it's great. Not as good, but like
these are the same products.
Yeah,
Only the good
it
stuff,
feels
my
really
friends.
good.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Yeah, your stylist's going to appreciate that you didn't use another color. When you go between box color and professional, bad things can happen.
I know. I've screwed up my hair with box color before, like one time, like 10 years ago, and it was such a disaster. And with my hair color red, it's just hard to it's hard to replicate it with box colors.
Yes.
I didn't realize how much gray hair I had. Right in front.
Yeah, my husband has asked me to let it grow out. He loves gray hair on ladies. I'll see how long I can stand it. I might end up wearing hats. Well, we'll see.
You have to wear a hat. You have to wear a hat in the sun anyway.
Yes. Oh, I always do. Always in the sun, but I might wear it inside too. All right. I'm not seeing any questions. Anybody have anything for me? Did you have fun? What's the first thing you want to do when it's safe? When you feel comfortable? The restaurants are opening up this week for outside dining. I'm excited for that. But I don't want to deal with crowds either. Anybody doing anything fun? Any holidays coming up? Birthdays? I feel bad for all the kids that miss the graduations and proms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know if I feel comfortable. I don't really miss eating out or anything like that too much. For socializing, it's great because we can have people over, sit around a bonfire, socially distanced, and I don't have to give them anything to eat or drink. That's not safe. So that's easy. And the only thing I really miss is I would love to just go see a movie at Cape Cinema again. I love escaping and seeing a movie on a big screen.
Oh, and I love that place.
It's just not a great thing to do now, so I can't do it, but that's okay. So
no, I hope they're doing okay. I get their emails, and I haven't gone on to see the operas or anything that they're streaming, but I'm glad they're trying it.
Yeah.
All right, ladies.
Okay.
Thank you for coming to my virtual.
I had a question. What do you use this for? Like I'm very basic with my skincare routine. Is this astringent or when do you use this?
I totally went past it. This would go on clean skin. So use your cleanser, mist your face, and then put your serums and moisturizer on.
Okay. So this goes between the cleansing and the moisturizing.
Yep.
I've used those off and on over the years, and I forgot how to do it. So that's what I thought. Okay.
Some of them I like if they don't have too many bells and whistles. I think of them more as a vehicle for the products that follow to be absorbed just that much better. So your serums will work better. It'll be a little layer of hydration. I like that this bottle came as a spray. I think that's kind of fun. But don't spray it just for the cool, refreshing part of it, because if it evaporates on your skin, it's actually going to be dehydrating. So always put some moisture over it.
Okay. All right.
Good question. I did whiz right past that.
That's okay. Whatever. I figured.
All right. And you can continue to use your goat milk serum until it's all used up. Julie, if you still have some of the peel, you could use this once a week, but no more than that. Especially for your skin. Okay. All right, ladies.
Okay.
Hey, I guess we're good.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Haley. That was fun.
Yes, that was awesome. Thank you, Cheryl.
That was pretty cool. And there will be a recording?
Yeah.